What's wrong?
Haven't you noticed, Myra? Take a look around. We have just been through a riot. Well, some of us have anyway. Bobby has nearly lost her parole. Lee was nearly killed. Mari Winter's charging through the place like a rogue elephant. I could go on, but that's just for starters.
Look, Jude, maybe things would have been different if I was here, but I had to be with Kay.
Yeah, well, we have all got our problems. It's just at this place, there are more than usual problems, and I've had it up to here with a whole stinking lot.
It was the barley water that Edna gave me.
Barley water? Come on, Pip. Those two drink anything from beer to embalming fluid. It'd take more than barley water to put them out of action.
This is more than barley water. It's got poison in it.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Jude, you've got to believe me. Edna must have done it.
I had a little chat with the acting minister who gave me this.
What is it?
My notice. I've been discharged as the governor of Wentworth.
No, I shouldn't say anything, of course, but that's up to the governor, but be prepared for some changes.
Thank you all for staying. I promise I won't keep you much longer. I've been asked to resign from my position as governor.
What?
I'll be leaving at the end of the week.
Excuse me, I see you busy. I'll come back after.
Looks like the news is out now.
The department should be giving you a medal for bringing the riot under control, not the sack.
Yeah, you were fantastic, Mrs. Reynolds, Governor.
Here, here. The problem is the riot should never have happened. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know and thank you all for the support and help you've given me. I won't keep you any longer.
Well, there's a turn-up, eh?
Entirely unexpected, I suppose, Joan.
Oh, it was on the cards, I suppose.
You happy now? Well, you got what you wanted.
Come on. The governor signed her own death certificate a long time ago. Be a shame to see her go, of course.
You're heartbroken, I can tell.
But then, on the other hand, I'd be a fool to knock back the governorship if it were offered to me, wouldn't I?
Joan, how many of these people do you honestly believe would be prepared to work for you?
I can't see any of them leaving just because I were made governor. That is, if I am, of course.
Can't you? Look, this job's hard enough, Officer Ferguson, without having to worry about the when, where, or how you're going to get stabbed in the back.
Hold everything. You aren't going to believe what I just heard.
Of course we're not. You're a bloody liar.
They've given Reno the flick. I heard it telling the other screws.
Yeah.
No, Bull, Myra heard it with my own ears. They were having a conference in the staff room.
Huh. So, the freak has finally done it.
So what? I reckon one head screws much the same as another.
Oh, no. Compared to most, Anne Reynolds is a saint. Take my word for it.
Who'd take her place, Jude?
Well, Mrs. Morris, if we're lucky, but I have a feeling our luck has just run out.
Yeah, me too.
What do you mean?
You don't reckon they'd give it to the freak, do you?
You bet they would. And she's had her eye on the job for a long time.
Yeah, she was acting governor once, remember? That was a ton of fun. Everybody in the place was either in the pound or on a charge.
Bloody sight worse if she's permanent.
Well, we'll just have to get Mrs. Reynolds reinstated.
Oh, yeah, that'll be real easy. I would just ring up the department and invite them over for a little chat.
But why not? Surely what we think counts for something.
Oh, it does. Mud.
We've got to make them listen to us somehow.
And how the hell are we going to do that?
I don't know how, Jude. I just know that we've got to, that's all.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'd say all they're doing is making a scapegoat out of it.
What makes you say that?
Well, because riots happen. Doesn't matter who the governor is, but it doesn't look good for the politicians, you see.
Think so?
So to get the press and public off their back, they have to find someone to put the blame on.
Then Mrs. Reynolds was it, right?
Aye. Just my opinion, mind you.
You know, Janice, something keeps niggling me about that riot.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Miss Ferguson was the first person to know about it, so why didn't she raise the alarm?
Well, from what I hear, she's been pretty badly knocked around.
Yeah, but it just seems a bit odd. She's usually such a stickler for the rules.
You never know how some people are going to react under pressure. Could be she's all bluff.
Doubt it.
Listen, it's all over now. Why don't you give yourself a break and stop thinking about work for a while?
Jules a dull girl, eh?
Now, did I say that? But to take your mind off it, how about we go out somewhere tonight? Dinner, all the pictures or something.
Okay, it sounds like a great idea.
Great, let's get out of here then, eh? Oh, I just remembered. There's one condition. No shop talk.
Right on, buddy. Jude.
Yeah?
I think we should have a little talk.
What about?
Oh? About how we used to be such good mates and now I'm lucky to get the time of day out of you?
Myra, I'm sorry if I've been childish. It's just that I'm jacked off with you at the moment. I'll get over it. But just don't ever ask me to look after anything for you again.
Oh, come on, Jude. All right. What you did while I was out warranted a big fat thank
That's
you.
right,
I
it
know
did.
that, and I'm sorry you didn't get it. But all I've been thinking about is trying to sort the women out. Surely you can see that.
And what do you think I was doing while you were out having a good time? I'm sorry, I know that's not true. It's just from the minute you left, everything went wrong. Now, I did my damnedest to stop things from exploding.
I know that,
All I
Jude.
ever get from the women is, when's Myra coming back? Myra coming back soon. Well, you're back, and that's great. Everybody's happy.
Not quite. Now, I expected to come back hoping that we'd work together like before. Come on, Jude. Snap out of it.
I'm sorry, Myra, I'm tired. I need some space.
Hey, Nikki. Oh, gee, thanks, Auntie Jane. Didn't think you weren't gonna get me nothing.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be a birthday without presents, would it? Well, what are you waiting for? Christmas? What's the matter? Aren't they trendy enough for you?
Oh, no, they're okay. Wonder what's in this one.
Only one way to find out.
Yep.
Come on. Yeah, well, I know it's not very exciting, but I thought it might help you catch up with your schoolwork.
Yeah, that's terrific. Ta.
Maybe third time lucky, eh?
Feels like 2 books. Oh, Ripper! Thanks, Auntie Jane. That's the best present I ever had.
Well, I had to get one right, didn't I?
Yeah.
And, you know, I've always wondered how these silly-looking things work.
Come on, then. I'll show you.
What if we tell them we'll go and wreck in the place till they let Reno stay?
Oh, yeah, we'd all end up in bloody Blackmore.
Better than having to freak the girl.
Can't we try some kind of non-violent protest?
Yeah, probably more effective with the department. Got any ideas?
Well, think about it.
Be a bummer if getting rid of Reno means we can't have the fashion parade.
Is that all you can talk about?
No, it's not all I can talk about. Give us a subject.
G'day, Myra. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm tickled pink too.
Been wondering what my new cellmate'd look like? Huh, didn't reckon it'd be this bad.
Take a walk, Winter. Put me off my food.
You know what, Desmond? I don't reckon that cell's gonna be big enough for both of us. Matter of fact, I don't reckon Wentworth is either.
I reckon you could be right.
And here we go. Well, come on, let's see what you're made of. Well done. Oh, did you make a wish?
Yeah. Don't think it'll come true, though.
Well, depends how much of a realist you want to be, I suppose.
I might as well tell you. It won't come true. I wish all my mates could be here, so it's like a real party.
Oh, it's a bit late to be asking your mates over tonight. Tell you what, though. What say you and I go out, and then it'll seem like a real party?
Oh, yeah.
All right? You're the birthday boy. Where do you want to go?
Luna Park.
Oh, don't you think a movie...
Oh, it's my favourite place, Auntie Jane. Please.
Well, don't suppose I can go back on my word, can I?
Beauty. Straight after the cake, eh?
Come on. Here we go.
Marlene, who's wearing this one?
You are.
lucky dog. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Imagine Lee lending us this stuff.
Yeah, well, if you go over there, she'll lend you shoes too.
Hang on a minute, love. I just want to see if I've got this right. Turn around and keep still. It's hard to tell. Why don't you put it on for me?
Oh, no time, Jude. Look, it'll be right, just like that.
All right, you're the boss.
Oh, Bobby, stop mucking around and help or get out.
There's nothing for me to do.
I've been telling you all night to get yourself a dress to wear.
Get lost. I'm not making a bloody fool out of myself.
You won't. You just get up there and have a bit of a bop round and have fun. Lee's lending us all the makeup and stuff.
You haven't even got a decent sound system to bop to.
Jude, he's got to play for us.
Oh, lead fingers. Besides, you never modelled before. I don't know what to do.
Lee, Bobby wants some modelling tips.
All right, Bobby, come over here. Look at that.
Hey, Warren, you reckon Miss High and Mighty could tartan me up as well? Or aren't I good enough for your stupid little fashion show?
Maybe Marlene thought if you were interested, you'd be over here helping.
I wasn't talking to you, Desmond. What's the matter? 10-ton Tessie not backing you anymore?
Go to hell, Winter.
Thanks, Mara.
Oh, such a hive of activity. Why, I feel quite guilty sitting there. Is there anything I can do to help, Marlene?
No thanks, everything under control. What about that makeup you promised us, Lee?
Yes, please. Just one, thanks. How much are they?
There you go, 50 cents.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to ask you to change to 10.
No worries.
Sorry. I've got to ask you to change to 20. Yes.
Said if I didn't have this, it'd have to be a Pink Panther.
Yeah, well, at least you won something. That's the main thing.
Pretty good, wasn't I? Here, hold this.
To the future.
If you insist. I must say, you take it very calmly.
Oh, I'd yell and jump up and down if I thought it would do any good. But
any idea what the department's got in store for you? I mean, presumably they'll keep you within the prison system.
oh, I think as far as they're concerned, the further away I am from prisons, the better. In fact, I get the impression that at the department they all think of me as something of a troublemaker.
Oh, that's absurd.
Maybe, but I don't fancy my chances of getting transferred back to child welfare anyway.
Well, what are they going to do with you? They're not going to stick you in some dusty office to shuffle papers.
Probably.
I feel like resigning in protest.
And play right into Joan's hands, don't you dare. At least those women stand some chance of fair treatment with you as deputy.
I guess I stay on as deputy for as long as I keep one step ahead of Joan.
More like 3 or 4. But you can do it, Meg.
Perhaps. God help me if they ever transfer Myra, though. I mean, she's the only one that seems to have any control over the women.
It is possible, too. They're coming down harder on escapees.
It just amazes me how she managed to stay out for so long. I mean, she must have had help.
She did.
Who?
Wally.
Are you sure?
I was livid at first, but as he said, I probably would have done the same.
You and Wally are still seeing each other?
Finally convinced him there was no point. Told him his brand of socialism and May career didn't mix. Now it looks as though I'm going to be out of the public service altogether. Ironic, isn't it?
Mm.
And now, ladies, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our first model, Rachel. Looking absolutely stunning in an antique Crawford pure silk dress, featuring dolman sleeves and a rather interesting combination of prints. Geometrical print on one sleeve and animal print on the other. Thank you. And next we have young Bobby. Bobby's unusual outfit was created right here in Wentworth by a young designer, Marlene Warren. It's bold, durable, and made entirely of recycled materials. Fashion which refuses to take itself too seriously. You could call this one the ultimate in recession dressing.
Yeah, really suits you, Mitchell. Got no class.
It's all right, Bobby. You're doing fine. Come on.
And now, Marlene.
Hang on, my stick's stuck.
Oh, painful.
Marlene.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, just keep going, keep going. Marlene looking very chic in a creation from the House of Montauk.
Oh, did we fall down? Here, let's give you a hand.
What you done, you stupid moron?
Oh, sorry, I was only trying to help.
I'll get you for that.
Yeah, now come on, everybody, calm down.
Judy, will you take over? I'm on in there.
Yeah, sure. Now, if somebody will give us a hand to get this sheet up, we'll get the show back on the road again.
Yeah, come on, let's give them all a bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
Shame. Don't you think you've had enough for one night?
Oh, come on, it's my birthday, remember?
You are a little con artist, you know that? Better give me these. You don't want to lose them when you're having your ride.
Well, you're gonna come too.
What?
It'll be great fun. Come on.
All right, just this one and then home. Deal?
Deal. Come on, you'll enjoy it.
How about that?
Poor little baby, he's going to be frightened on his own. Make sure Mummy holds him real tight.
You shut your mouth.
Want to fight, do ya?
Yeah, come on.
Little hoodlums are looking for a clip under the ear.
I can look after myself.
Yeah, I know that. I just didn't want you to get into a fight on your birthday.
This thing got us in killer, mate.
I don't see you, mate.
That sort of thing always happens to me. I'm a bloody menace.
Yeah, I'll say. Still, you did have a bit of help this time.
Excuse me, ladies, in a couple of seconds, we're going to have Lee showing us how it's done. Now, I'm not going to try to describe what she's wearing. I just hope you'll all sit back and relax and watch an artist at work.
Yay,
I wish I had a camera.
Get her. Looks like the top model cut herself shaving.
Give it a rest, Winter.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I've never been so bored in all my life. Go home now.
Yeah,
What's up?
that's me, Mum.
Do you want to go and say hello to her?
Nah, I don't need her. Got you, haven't I?
Well, let's say we hit the trail for home, cowboy.
You bet.
a prime bitch, you know that.
Oh, you finally noticed, have you, Brian?
Oh, you're a bit hard to miss. If I don't see you, I can certainly smell you.
Listen, fat stuff, I've had about a gut for you! You were damn lucky in the kitchen, Brian. The next time I have a chance, I'll... No, I'll get out! In fact, I reckon you and that pacemaker could do with it.
No!
Oh! You all right?
Yes. Oh!
Now, you listen, Winter, and you listen good. Because I'm only going to tell you this once. I'm going to keep this prison running smoothly, and I don't give a damn what I have to do to you to make sure of that.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's not gonna be easy, lady, because we're both in here for a very long time. Plenty of time to play little games with each other. You better see to your pet gorilla. I reckon she's had a bit of a fright. Come on, let's get out of here.
I suppose you just happened to be walking past.
I thought you might have needed a bit of help, that
What
was
do I
all.
look like? A total incompetent, can't fight my own battles? Poor old Jude, is that
I didn't want to see you getting hurt.
Well, in case you hadn't noticed, I've looked after myself pretty damn well while you weren't here.
And in case you hadn't noticed, Mari Winter was about to land you one in that old ticker of yours. Now, I'm sick of this aggro sport. We got enough problems in here without fighting amongst ourselves. You're either with me or you're against me. Make up your mind.
You reckon this'll work?
As I said, there's no guarantees.
Well, everybody knows about it. Me and Bob made sure about that.
Yeah, it's just going to take one bastard to stuff it up, isn't it? And we all know who that'll be.
Well, I certainly hope she doesn't. I think it's shocking what they've done to poor Mrs. Reynolds.
Hey, chuck us over the sugar, will ya?
Oh, bugger, I was saving that bit.
Well, pick it up, Warren. You're not at home now.
Yes, Miss Ferguson. I want to make her head screw.
Again, Warren, I didn't hear that.
Nothing, Miss Ferguson, just thinking out loud.
Then shut up. All right, you lot. Muster. I'm talking about now, not next week. Move it! I see. Well, if you want to play your little games... Mrs. Barry, would you please tell the governor that we seem to have a bit of trouble here?
Oh, morning, Joyce. Good morning.
Why weren't those left in the delivery bay?
Oh, I'm sorry. We couldn't get the bay door open. Look, Mrs. Reynolds, we've got a problem in the dining room. I think you better see to it.
Not more trouble, please.
Well, the women are refusing to move until they speak to someone from the department. They seem peaceful enough now,
What's
but
the complaint?
Well, it's to do with your dismissal.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Right.
Gonna wet myself if we can't get out of here soon.
Well, cross your bloody legs. I get cramp if I sit in one place too long. I feel it coming on now.
All right, everyone, do we have a spokeswoman?
I suppose that'll be me, Mrs. Reynolds.
Perhaps you'd like to tell me what this is all about.
It's very simple, really. We think the department has sold you up the river.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And we want someone to come here so that we can tell them that.
And do you think that'd help?
We just want them to hear how we feel about it.
I appreciate your concern, but the department's already made its decision.
All we want to know if there's any chance of that decision being reversed.
There might have been a couple of days ago, but not now.
Who will be replacing you?
You'll be told as soon as that decision's been made.
Mrs. Reynolds, all we want is for the department to hear our views. Nothing more, nothing less. We don't want to cause any trouble.
You'll cause trouble if you continue with this protest. The department already thinks I'm unable to control you, so how do you think this will go down? Now, please, if you really want to do me a favor, allow me to leave with some dignity.
Right. Sorry, Mrs. Reynolds.
Mrs. Reynolds, do you think it'd be all right if I made a phone call?
You've already had your quota this week, haven't you?
Yes, I know, but it's terribly important. I've got to call my solicitor.
All right, Mrs. Barry, I'll look after you. Thank you.
you. A few more seconds and the pain would have been excruciating.
Hey, Winter, Top Dog does the press?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for minding me place while I was in the pound.
Move.
You gonna make me?
If I have to.
Geez, you scare me.
Now get real scared and listen. No more riots, no more bashings, no more drugs. Got it?
Steam stuff's up me hair anyhow.
Strictly old Laura, she'll know the stuff, doesn't she?
There's 5 dozen of them, Mrs. Reynolds. It's asking too much of me.
Where on earth did they come from?
Oh, some firm of wholesale butchers thought we might be needing help after the riot. Help? Oh.
Well, it's a nice thought, I
The
suppose.
thing is, what am I going to do with them? I can't cook steaks for all those women. I mean, I'd be standing over that griller for hours.
Yes, I see. Well, can't you turn them into a casserole or something?
Oh, it'd seem rather a waste. It's beautiful meat.
What about a barbecue? Let the women cook them for themselves.
Do you think that's a good idea? They'll ruin it.
That's up to them. They have to eat them.
Well...
And all you'd have to worry about is salads.
If that suits you, Mrs. Reynolds, when do you think would be a good time?
Dinner tonight? Would that put your arrangements out?
The only thing that'd put me out would be having to cook all those blasted steaks.
She's a cool customer, isn't she?
Too damn cool. She makes me nervous.
And now presenting Australia's top model, Lee Templar! Wish we had a camera, could have made a fortune. Gee, she was terrific, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, somebody had to get it right. Sure as hell wasn't gonna be you.
Well, I didn't see you up there doing anything.
Oh, well, I couldn't follow you now, could I, punk? I mean, you look so terrific in your civvies. Last time we were wearing them for a while after what you done to poor old Keen.
You shut your face!
I bet you're hoping she's gonna keep her shut.
I never done nothing to King.
Like hell you didn't.
Shut your face, you're a bloody liar!
Come on, Bobby. You're already making trouble for yourself.
Well, she can't help herself, can she?
I didn't do anything to King. I never hurt anyone in my life.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you got into a fight and killed your own kid, didn't you?
Shut up, Witcher.
You screw, it's all your fault. It's your fault they killed my kid. It's your fault I lost Cass. Bastard!
Amazing, isn't it? Yes. I mean, 1 minute you think they hate you, and then the very next moment, oh my goodness! God, what's happened here? Let me have a look.
Had a bit of an accident. It's nothing to worry about. It looks a lot worse than it is.
This looks as though it could do with a couple of stitches. Why didn't you go down to Sister Hall?
How did it happen?
Oh, look, come on, it's nothing to make a fuss about,
Come on,
really.
look, there's some antiseptic down in that cupboard, Joyce, somewhere. Right. Here now.
I see. Which one of them did that to you?
Come on, just hold your arm out. I'll just clean it up for you. Yes, I want to know what happened.
I happened to catch young Mitchell at rather an awkward moment. It wasn't her fault.
Not her fault. Oh, come on. Mitchell's turning into a savage. I've seen her coming for months. I trust you put her on a charge? You didn't, did you? I suppose she said she was sorry.
Look, she didn't know what she was doing, OK?
It is your duty as an officer to put Mitchell on a charge. Think of staff safety, if nothing else. Mitchell is a violent criminal.
Oh, God, that's rubbish.
Oh, really? Well, you speak to Keen about it. She's just come back from Wentworth General. Ask her if she thinks it's rubbish.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't know who did it?
Unfortunately, the police are acting on your first statement when you said it was Bobby Mitchell. Can you prove she didn't push you?
No. But I know it wasn't her. I know it wasn't.
Keen, I understand the no lagging rule, but the police aren't going to accept that. Now, if you do want to help Mitchell, I suggest you give it some thought.
Right. Gonna go now?
In a minute. Your father rang earlier this morning.
Which would put a few years on my sentence, does he?
He was wondering if there was anything he could do to help you. He's very anxious to see you.
Yeah. Tell him to get out some old photos, if he's bothered to keep any.
Rebecca, the man is dying. Doesn't that mean anything to you? It wouldn't hurt just to see him, would it?
Waste of time.
You can't know that unless you speak to him, can you?
I couldn't find a white flag anywhere in the prison. Will this do? Careful, you might crack your face. Can we have a chat?
No one said we weren't talking.
It's true. Jude, I need your help. I can't hold top dog without you.
You're gonna have to. I'm too old for this sort of thing. There are plenty of people here who will back you up.
Oh, sure, they'll back me in a punch-up. I need help when the fighting's over.
The aggro here is gonna go on forever. There's not a damn thing you or I or anyone can do about it. Now, I want out. Can't you get that through your head?
Is that why you took Mari Winter on? Oh, come on, Jude, please, level with me. I feel guilty enough about what's happened since I was out. Cass being put away, Bobby losing her baby. If I hadn't been caught up in my own bloody problems.
No. Now, that is not true. It would have happened whether you were here or not.
Maybe.
No, maybe about it. Myra. I don't mean to be so pig-headed about it. It's just that lately, I don't know which way's up anymore.
I know the feeling.
And I did miss you.
Bloody funny way of showing it.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm going to be punished for it.
Oh, how's that?
I'm sharing with Dot. Remember her? Lumbago, arthritis. I'll tell you one thing, one more night with her, I'm going to go bananas.
What do you want?
I just dropped by to see how you was feeling. That was real nasty of Mitchell to push you down them stairs like that. They tell me you got a couple of broken ribs. They still do think it was Mitchell, don't they?
I didn't lag on you, if that's what you mean.
Good. That's real good. Only it's not what I asked you.
If I can get her off the hook without dobbing you in, I will. I don't see why Mitchell should have to take the rap.
Don't you? Then I'll tell you. The only way you're going to get her off the hook is by telling them who did push her. Know what I mean?
Sounds good to me.
I used to think you was a real smart lady, Keen. Oh! Oh! You were lucky on them stairs. I didn't have time to finish you off. Oh! But you just keep your mouth shut and next time I'll make damn sure I do.
I'm sorry, Governor, but I can't agree. It'd be like rewarding them for the riot.
It's only a barbecue, not a banquet. Sit down, will you? I'm speaking off the record, but it seems that you'll be replacing me as governor.
Really?
Now, the department is very anxious that the transition be as smooth as possible.
Naturally.
And for that reason, they've suggested we work together this week. It's up to you, of course.
Well, it suits me fine, Governor.
Of course, there's a lot of paperwork you'll have to become familiar with. Edna Pearson's appeal will be heard this afternoon, so that's one thing you won't have to worry about. But Desmond and Mitchell's hearings will be in your first week.
Foregone conclusions, wouldn't you say?
Desmond will almost certainly have more time added to her sentence, but it's hard to say what'll happen to Mitchell. There's no actual proof that she did push Keene down those stairs.
Of course she did. The facts speak for themselves. Look what she did to Mr. Crookshank.
I'd say your biggest problem will be Winter, but I'm afraid I can't offer any advice as to how to deal with her.
Yes, well, I have been giving the matter of Winter some thought.
And?
Well, I think it's best that we get rid of her. I'll see what I can do about having her transferred to Blackmore after her hearing. Of course, it might help, Governor, if you were to back me up on that.
I doubt it, but we'll try anyway.
Dad? How are you?
Feeble. Damn nuisance, all this.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
And how about you? You're just out of hospital, they tell me.
Oh, a few broken ribs. Nothing that won't mend.
You never can keep yourself out of trouble, can you, Rebecca?
Oh, yeah. Sure, Dad. Threw myself down a set of steps just to stir things up. All my fault.
Rebecca, your father didn't mean it the way it
You always
sounded.
were one to jump to conclusions, weren't you? Never bothered to check your facts first.
How are you getting on in here? Are they looking after you?
Well, the sudden interest. Has it ever occurred to you that if you'd taken a bit of interest a few years back, I mightn't have ended up in here?
You never asked for my help.
You were never around to bloody well ask.
Rebecca, please give your father a chance.
Should I? Never gave me one.
Rebecca, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've never been much of a father to you.
Yeah. Can't change the past, can you?
I know that. I'd just like to try and make it up to you, if that's possible. I care about you. I'd like to be a father to you for such time as is left to me.
Yeah, well, I've spent a lot of time trying to forget I ever had a father. You know that?
I can't blame you for that.
Never could quite manage to do it, though.
Put these away for me, will you, love? Too much of a strain in the old back this time of day.
Reckon you'll make it to the Barbie this time?
All I want's a nice hot cuppa.
All I want's to get my teeth into a big, juicy steak. Bags, I do the cooking.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
Oh, no, I'm a real wizard of Barbie, Mara. There's a real art to it, you see. You gotta have your plate real hot. And none of this medium rare rubbish. It's gotta be really well done. I hate having blood mixed with me lettuce.
Cut the chatter, Warren.
Sorry, Miss Ferguson, just excited about this afternoon.
Well, you better make the most of it. Because as of next week, none of you will know what's hit you. You see, Mrs. Reynolds and I have very different ideas on how this prison should be run.
Oh, we know that. We remember what happened the last time you took over.
Very good, Bryant. But it won't come as much of a surprise to you, will it?
We're still going to be needing our cooperation.
You'll cooperate, Desmond. Because anyone who tries to give me a hard time will find themselves transferred to Blackmore. Simple. That way, I make sure that things are done my way.
Well, looks like we're all in for a transfer.
Yes. The freak's going to be very good at running an empty prison.
Step right up, ladies. This cow's big enough for everybody. Here's yours, dude. Medium rare, just like you wanted it.
Well, I'd eat it if it was raw, which it definitely isn't.
Damn bootlegger, that's what it
Ah,
is.
stop whinging.
All right, it's got back teeth.
Hi.
Expect me tomorrow.
It's a bit of a treat, isn't it? Huh?
Got here just in time, eh?
I'll say the cook is just about to knock off.
Thank you.
Bloody hell! What's up? I forgot to count myself, didn't I? I'm so hungry I could eat a maggoty horse, too.
Well, look, I'll do it for you. Go get yourself some salad.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Oh.
That's an old bush's trick.
What's this for?
Here, let me show you.
I'm not joining them for a steak.
Oh, I'd love to, but I've got about 3 months' paperwork to catch up on before I leave. However, on a brighter note, Edna Pearson's appeal's been upheld.
Oh, wonderful. On what grounds?
Apparently inadmissible evidence about her first husband was used at the trial. And also, because of all the publicity she's been getting, the judge ruled that a fair retrial would be impossible.
Well, then she's free to go. Have you told her yet?
Not yet. I was wondering if you'd go and get it for me.
Yes, of course. This is part of the job that I actually like.
Oh, I spoke to her husband. He's on his way over here now. I bet they'll be doing some celebrating tonight. I'll be in my office.
You really are a marvel, dear. I'd be happy to put you to work in my kitchen.
Oh, I probably won't know the difference between Mornay and hollandaise by the time I get out of here.
Oh.
This is scrummy. Bobby done it spot on.
Fluked it, you mean?
Mrs. Pearson, may I be the first to congratulate you.
My appeal
Has been upheld. Your husband's on his way down to get you now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, everybody, I'm just going to be released. Let's hear it for her, huh? Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip.
Thank you. I can't believe it. Oh, thank you. When do I leave, Mrs. Morris?
Well, now, unless you want to keep him waiting.
Oh, dear Harry, I'll write to you all, I promise.
Good on you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Permission to go to the dunny, Mrs. Barry.
All right, Winter, off you go.
You're supposed to be out at the barbecue, Winter.
Oh, I just came to tell you how happy I am for you, Miss Ferguson. That being made governor. You must be real proud. Miss Ferguson, I hope you're not thinking of doing the dirty on me, because we got work to do, remember?
Such as?
I want Desmond out of the way. Real soon.
You and me both.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard for you to have it transferred to Blackmore once you're governor.
You're not trying to tell me how to do my job, are you, Winter?
Just making a few suggestions.
Well, I will decide what's to be done with Desmond.
I don't think I like the tone of your voice, Miss Ferguson. We made a deal. And I don't take too kindly to people who back down on deals, if that's what you're doing. Either you keep your end of the bargain or I shout so loud they're going to hear me in bloody Darwin. Did you get me?
It's incredible, isn't it? Here's this poor woman accused of poisoning her husband. Her husband swears blind she didn't do it, and they still managed to stick her in here.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, she's out now, that's the main thing. Come on, Sparrow, give us a hand.
Oh, I would, love, but I can't work on a full stomach. Me pancreas would give me hell if I did.
Pancreas, eh? She's got bits none of us have heard of.
Yeah, well, I reckon I've got one too, or else the steak was off. I feel disgusting.
Oh, come on, Rabbit, you don't get out of it that easy.
I'm not kidding. Oh, I feel like I've got a knife in me gut.
Well, that does it then. If the cook is crook, we're all in trouble.
I'm serious, dude. Would you get me some help?
Oh, come off it, Rabbit. We got...
Hey, come on now, quit clowning around.
Mrs. Barry! Mrs. Barry, quick, get the doctor!
Something's wrong with close.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when